zombies, shotguns, and Bruce Campbell. What more could a gamer want? If you're an Evil Dead fan, this one's for you as we explore the long road to Evil Dead, the game. While Evil Dead the game is the definitive video game version of Sam Raimi's undying franchise, it is by no means the only Evil Dead video game. Aside from bit parts and things like Poker Night 2 and, more confusingly, Family Guy: The Quest for Stuff, Ash Williams has starred in a number of video games that take place in the Evil Dead universe. With Evil Dead the game in the blood-soaked hands of fans all over the world, it's worth looking back at the road the franchise took to get there. Here are all major Evil Dead titles that led to Evil Dead the game. The Evil Dead 1984. Released in 1984, 3 years after the Evil Dead film was in theaters, Palace Software released The Evil Dead, a Commodore 64 and ZX Spectrum game. Despite its simple graphics, which were probably state-of-the-art at the time, this game captures the essence of the film. You control Ash as he fights monsters with various weapons and closes windows to prevent more from coming in. When every monster has been defeated, he has to find and destroy the Necronomicon. Evil Dead Hail to the King 2000. After Resident Evil was released and rocked the original PlayStation console in 1998, THQ decided they wanted some of that sweet, sweet survival horror money. So they published the Heavy Iron Studios developed Evil Dead Hail to the King in 2000, which served as a sequel to the 1992 film Army of Darkness. This game looked and played almost exactly like Resident Evil, with tank controls, pre-rendered backgrounds, fixed camera angles, and limited ammo amping up the fear. You once again play as Ash, voiced by Bruce Campbell, as he fights Deadites in addition to Hellbillies and animated skeletons from Army of Darkness. Evil Dead A Fistful of Boomstick 2003. 3 years later, THQ published a direct follow-up to Hail to the King called Evil Dead A Fistful of Boomstick. Instead of Heavy Iron Studios, this one was developed by VIS Entertainment and played more like a traditional third-person shooter instead of the tank controls of the previous game. Bruce Campbell returned to voice Ash as he recounts the story of his battles with the Necronomicon in Dearborn, Michigan, delivering all the classic lines the character is known for. Evil Dead Regeneration 2005. 2005's Evil Dead Regeneration was once again published by THQ, but developed by a third studio, Cranky Pants Games. This one was unconnected to the previous two THQ games that took place in the film series timeline. Instead, it takes place in an alternate timeline that shows what would have happened if Ash did not fall back in time at the end of the Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness never occurred. The third-person hack-and-slash gameplay got rid of much of the horror of the previous games, but amped the silliness the series has come to be known for. iOS and Android games. After Evil Dead Regeneration, there was a long period without any full Evil Dead games, just the aforementioned appearances of Ash and other games. Then between 2011 and 2018, there were a few notable smartphone games and an Oculus VR experience. Army of Darkness Defense 2011. The title was a tower defense game developed by Backflip Studios. It was ultimately a simple experience where Ash would auto-shoot his boomstick when enemies were in front of him. It was unceremoniously removed from the App Store in 2018. Evil Dead the Game 2011. Not to be confused with the newest Evil Dead game, this title featured a big-headed Ash Williams in a twin-stick shooter that tells the story of the original movie. Evil Dead Endless Nightmare 2016. This one was an endless runner, looked and played quite a bit like the 2012 smartphone game Into the Dead. You play as Ash and run out of the iconic cabin and through the woods as long as you can, dodging and occasionally attacking Deadites. Evil Dead Virtual Nightmare 2018. This game was the Oculus port of Evil Dead Endless Nightmare. The game plays slightly differently, but it reuses the same environments and character models, albeit with much higher quality and more details. Evil Dead the Game 2022. This brings us up to Evil Dead the Game, just recently released on May 13th, 2022, after a troubled marketing and development cycle. The first time the existence of a new Evil Dead game was hinted at was by Bruce Campbell himself in August 2018. This was just after the Ash vs. Evil Dead Stars series had been canceled, and was brought up to give Evil Dead fans hope for the franchise's future. For 2 years after the tease, there was no more news to be had outside of Campbell stating he's returning to voice Ash. Then, in December of 2020, Evil Dead the Game was officially announced at Jeff Keighley's Game Awards with an exciting teaser trailer. The game was scheduled to be announced earlier, but the COVID pandemic canceled the New York and San Diego Comic-Cons where Campbell was supposed to deliver the news. 1 month later, in January 2021, Dana DiLorenzo and Ray Santiago announced they would be returning to voice their characters from Ash vs. Evil Dead. A gameplay trailer was released in June of 2021 that showed all the playable characters from throughout the franchise, as well as how matches would actually work. The game was initially given a loose launch window of 2021, but in August of that year, it was announced that the game would be pushed back until February 2022 to continue work on the game. It was delayed one more time in late January of 2022, with the final release date of May 13th, 2022. In an interview with the AV Club, Bruce Campbell stated, "They kept delaying this game because of platform changes, technology changes, and stylistic things change. So we sort of rolled with it, and we're glad that they waited. I'm very pleased with it, and the game seems to be well received." Now we finally have Evil Dead the game, the long-awaited, often delayed collaboration between Saber Interactive, Boss Team Games, and Lionsgate Games. Ash and the game are all ready for bloody battle, and those Deadites won't know what hit them. Get groovy with Evil Dead the game on PS4, PS5, Xbox consoles, PC, and Nintendo Switch at a later date. So what's your favorite game in the Evil Dead franchise? Let us know in the comments, but always, come on, keep it civil. And while you're here, why don't you check out how Halo Infinite is keeping that Halo spirit alive, but not much else. This is Mike Golczynski, and I'll see you in the next video.